I think it was around 2012 when I really started to look at life differently. And then I started experiencing this thing that I've actually found out a few people go through when they experience a lot of like anxiety and stress. Notice I say experience, we'll talk a lot about that later on. Depersonalization and derealization, two of the most terrifying things I've ever experienced in my life, two of which also my psychologist actually said to kind of ride with as like a high, which is a strange thing to say regarding something like that if you've experienced it. And then from there, it was just kind of all over the place. Having a spiritual awakening is a very different experience. Not just because you're kind of like a lone wolf in it, and a lot of people out there may not really understand what it is you're going through, and you also look at, the perception of life. I don't even want to say reality because it's not reality at this point. It's the perception of life. You look at it differently than you used to. I mean, growing up, something that really sticks out to me, my kindergarten teacher told my parents that I saw life differently, and that whenever I'd look at trees or something like trees, instead of looking at the branches and the actual tree itself, I'd look at the spaces in between and find, I guess, deep meaning in that. And it's interesting because she read me like a book. Like that's 100% accurate of who I am. Like I pick perception apart, pull it down into a puddle of, just vividness or just, abstractness and make sense out of it. And it's so fascinating. But yeah, I mean, here I am now in this beautiful reality, outside of perception, because as much as I can, I'm moving out of the head, out of the mind, out of the brain, out of perception into, life, into reality, because something that I've learned, especially through the spiritual teacher Eckhart Tolle, is that reality exists beyond thought. And Eckhart is one of the incredible spiritual influencers out there, spiritual rock stars of our time, that really helped me in my process of awakening. But honestly, the reason why I'm putting this video together is because I've been realizing more and more, I'll be honest, I watch other YouTubers out there, other, spiritual influencers and everything, and just those who are really, using the platform for good. I look at myself, I've had a lot of experiences. I've grown up experiencing things like, severe anxiety and depression and all that stuff as a result of many different things, from, being bullied, prescription medications and everything. And all of these experiences I can share on this platform, which is so cool and I'm so grateful for. And it can just, help me to transform and help me to influence other people's lives, to help them, better their life and everything. And I'm so excited for it. It's so cool. So on a daily basis, I hold together a very beautiful and profound morning routine that really fulfills my day. I start off journaling and meditating. The reason why I wanted to bring these two into the picture is because journaling has really transformed my life in so many different ways. And interestingly enough, I don't just journal. I started from scratch. Instead of using my right hand, which I've been used to my entire life, I instead go with my left hand. And interestingly enough, when I first started this, it was one of the most challenging, hands down, most challenging things I've ever done in my life. And there were voices that came into the mind and were like, this sucks, you need to stop, you need to quit, this is not going to work out, not going to happen. What's interesting though is that when toddlers, or babies to toddlers, when they first learn how to walk, there's not a voice coming into their mind saying this is not what's meant to happen, this is, it's just not going to work out, it's too hard, it's too challenging, it doesn't work out that way. when you silence that mind, or those voices, not even the mind, you know, the mind is a very powerful thing, but when you silence those voices and you're able to transcend that, this is what I really appreciate so much about this journaling practice, is that when I transcend that, it has no power over me. Instead, I am in control. And what's so cool about it all is that I have been journaling now with my left hand for over a year and a half. And what I've learned through it is that no matter how hard things are, I can climb any mountain that I want to. And it's one of the most profound things I've experienced too, because it's something that I've been consistent with. It's something that really helps me visualize and manifest what I want to in my life. It's something that I carry out every day. It's something that really triggers the right brain, because this is literally how, you know, whatever you do with your left hand, it controls the right brain, or, you know, it lights up the right brain. Whatever you do with your, or, you know, the right hemisphere of the brain, whatever you do with your right hand, it lights up the left hemisphere. And I really just wanted to spark creativity, imagination, you know, all of these different, you know, beautiful colors that we have to work with in our life. And I just really wanted to work with that. I do plan on putting together a video regarding left-handed writing, maybe even like, you know, a short film, just because how much it's helped me. And I think that journaling is something that a lot of us are taking on as a tool for visualizing and manifesting, and I think that it's so important and so cool. So I will definitely make that happen. I'm excited for that. This is kind of just like a reintroduction video, because I've been away from YouTube for a long time, longer than I wanted to, in terms of, you know, video production and everything, and I'm really trying to get back into it because I know that this is what I'm meant to do, and I love doing it. So thanks everyone for watching this video. My name's Chris. Glad to see you all. Peace.